Everybody in Pinecone Trailer Park had seen Toenail Tony in many unfortunate situations. They had seen him fall asleep in a kiddie pool full of Mountain Dew cans. They had seen him superglue himself to a folding chair during what he called an invention experiment. And they had definitely seen him argue with a raccoon about property taxes. But nobody was prepared for the day Tony lost his mind. Literally. It started on a Thursday afternoon when Tony burst out of his trailer shirtless, wearing camouflage pajama pants, one croc, and a necklace made of gas station air fresheners. He stood in the middle of the trailer park holding a flashlight in broad daylight and screamed, "It's gone!" Neighbors slowly came outside. Earl lowered his sandwich. Miss Cheryl grabbed binoculars. Even Pastor Kevin the raccoon stopped digging through garbage. Tony looked around wildly. "My mind is gone," he announced. Earl blinked slowly. "Tony, you sure you ever had one?" Tony ignored him. "Somebody stole it!" Now that got attention. Because theft at Pinecone Trailer Park was common. Someone once stole an entire trampoline during a thunderstorm. Another time, Earl's shed disappeared while he was inside it. So honestly, Tony's story sounded possible. Tony pointed dramatically toward the woods. "I know it's out there." "Your mind?" Cheryl asked. Tony nodded. "I felt it leave around 2:15 this morning while microwaving hot dogs." "That's called sleep deprivation," Earl muttered. But Tony was already marching barefoot across the park like a man on a mission. Pastor Kevin followed immediately. Tony searched everywhere. Inside a barbecue grill, under a traffic cone. At one point, he stood in the road whispering, "Mind, if you can hear me, blink twice." A dog barked somewhere nearby. Tony gasped. "There it is!" He took off running shirtless into the woods, screaming, "I'm coming for you, brain!" Children fled indoors. Birds scattered. A car alarm somehow went off. 20 minutes later, Tony returned dragging a shopping cart full of junk. A broken toaster, garden gnomes, a traffic sign, and a mannequin leg wearing cowboy boots. Tony pointed proudly. "Evidence." "Evidence of what?" Cheryl asked. "They are trying to replace my thoughts." Nobody knew what that meant. Tony climbed onto an overturned cooler like a politician. "For years, they feared my intelligence." "Tony," Earl interrupted, "you once cooked ramen noodles in a coffee pot." "Exactly!" Tony yelled. "A visionary is never understood." Then Tony decided he needed bait. "If my mind escaped," he explained, "I gotta lure it back." He scattered Slim Jims around the trailer park like breadcrumbs. "Why would your mind eat beef jerky?" Cheryl asked. Tony looked offended. "Because it's lived inside me for years. It likes garbage." Honestly, fair point. As the sun went down, Tony sat shirtless in a lawn chair looking defeated. Pastor Kevin climbed onto his shoulder holding a stale cheese puff. Tony sighed. "Maybe my mind's gone forever." For one brief moment, everyone actually felt bad for him. Then suddenly, Tony froze. Slowly, he reached into his pajama pocket and pulled out a TV remote control. Earl stared at him. "Tony, is that what you've been looking for all day?" Tony looked embarrassed. "No." Pause. Then quieter. "Maybe." The trailer park exploded with laughter. Tony raised the remote proudly into the air. "Good news, everybody!" "What?" Earl groaned. Tony smiled proudly. "I found the control center." And somewhere in the distance, a microwave exploded inside Lot 17.